Welcome, my political friends of the interwebs. What you are looking at here is my Kindle, and there's a reason why it's here. Just hang tight, I'll get to that in a second. Listen, if you are a political vlogger, a conservative political vlogger, which means you post political videos to YouTube, this video is going to be of interest to you. So please pay attention. I think I'm going to have an interesting opportunity for you. At the very least, I'm going to have a proposition for you in a little bit. The Kindle is fascinating to me because for the first time in human history, the average man's been able to publish, self-publish, and present his works to the world. That's amazing to me. It's mind-blowing. It's really revolutionary. It really fulfills the promise that we were made 20 years ago over the internet, that it would completely change people's lives. You know, and in fact, one of the people that inspired me to even make this video is a man named Stephen Hayes. You may know his YouTube channel as Stephen Hayes UK. I like to refer to him as Colonel Hayes because he is a Kentucky colonel. Colonel Hayes wrote a book called Three Men in a Hut, which I managed to purchase, and I'm glad I did. Three Men in a Hut is a collection of essays. And fascinating, just really fascinating. Mostly conservative, just really well done. A lot of religious stuff. Maybe not your bag. Not really the point to this video actually. But Stephen Hayes self-published and sold his works throughout the world, and I love that. You know, I absolutely love that. It got me thinking that, you know, a lot of times when I make political videos, I ramble on. You know, I pick a subject or a topic or whatever, I turn the video camera on, and I just let it fly. I don't write anything down, I don't script anything, I don't outline anything. But, you know, that's my style. It doesn't always work for me, but for the most part, it's, you know, it's done me okay. The problem is when I watch some of my videos, I think to myself, man, I wish I would have said this, I wish I would have said that, I wish I would have been a little clearer on this. You know, there's just so many things. When I critique myself, I'm actually kind of hard on myself. And I realized that had I been able to write it all out, you know, and taken the time to really, you know, to really think about things as I'm saying them, it would have probably been much more informative, but it's just a different format. You know, so it got me thinking maybe I should write a book, which, you know, I kind of want to do and probably will do eventually. But then I started to think to myself, if I feel that way about my videos, where I'm not getting out the point that maybe I really kind of wanted to, then a lot of other political vloggers probably feel the same way. And I thought to myself, okay, well, some of the political vloggers that I really like, people like Lambdog, was it Lambdog76, Colonel Kerry or Kerry, what, 3670. I'm horrible at numbers. Propaganda Buster. You know, I think to myself, hey, you know what? I wonder if they wrote something, what it would be like. Would it be different? Would it be more insightful? And so it kind of hit me. I'm thinking to myself, I went back and I thought about what Stephen Hayes had accomplished with Three Men in a Hut in his collection of essays. And I thought to myself, you know what? I would love to do a Kindle book, publish a Kindle book where each, you know, chapter really is just a submission of an essay from individual political vloggers, conservative political vloggers on YouTube. I think that would be really fascinating. So I thought it was a really great idea, and I thought about it for a couple of days, and then finally I said, you know what, this thought isn't leaving my head. So I called up Propaganda Buster, and I said, hey, I said, Tony, you know, I got this idea. Please tell me if you think I'm crazy. You know, and I said, I'd like to publish a Kindle book. I'm thinking about calling it The Right Side of the Interwebs. You know, a collection of essays from political vloggers on YouTube or on the interwebs. And I said, you know, I'd be kind of curious if somebody like you might be interested in submitting an essay for something like that. He goes, the idea is awesome. And he goes, I absolutely would love to be in on that. And I said, well, you know, I'm thinking about maybe everybody being able to pick a topic, a subject for their essay, first come, first served type of thing. And he goes, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to do the origins of the Constitution. Okay. I said, well, all right, I got you down for that. But I still wasn't completely sold that it was a great idea because Tony's a huge supporter of mine, been a huge supporter of mine for a long time now. And so I'm like, well, let me ask another person. So I called Lambdog. Lambdog is one of the true thinkers of YouTube. I mean, he really likes to dive down into the bowels of a subject and kind of poke around and see what he can find. But I called him and I said, hey, I've got this idea. What do you think? And I hit him with basically the same thing I did with Tony. I said, I'd like to do a book. I'd like to publish a Kindle book, and it's going to be about, basically, individual essays by individual political vloggers on YouTube. He goes, that's awesome. I'd love to be in on that. And I'm like, wow, I'm betting 1,000. I'm 2 for 2 on this. But then I thought, well, maybe I better get a female's perspective. So I got a hold of Carrie. Colonel Carrie, was it Carrie 3570, whatever it is. Anyway, I said to her, I said, Carrie, I got this idea, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I love it. I'm like, you're in? She goes, I'm in. So all of a sudden I've got, between me, Carrie, Propaganda Buster, and Lambdog, we got 4 out of, I would like to do 10 essays. So we got 4 out of 10 essays. So I'm looking for 6 more political vloggers who would be interested in submitting a conservative essay and whatever. Now, the subjects are first come, first served. Okay, and but it has to be a conservative spin on whatever it is that you want to do. Now, Lambdog and Carrie have both said that they'll come up with theirs last because both of them said they can talk about anything. Although Carrie would like to do illegal immigration. So, it's one of those things. If you're interested in becoming part of this project, let me know. Now, the biggest caveat is you must make videos on YouTube. All right, and I know there's some really great writers who don't make videos, but you know what? For this particular round, this particular go around, if this works out, I'm going to do it again and maybe do it a little different ways. But for me, I need to limit it to people who make videos, and the reason for that, my thought process on that, is that it's easier to really get a grip on who you're dealing with if they've put themselves out there by making videos. And that's not to say there aren't some great people who don't make videos. It's just that for me, it's easier for me to be able to judge whether I can relate to somebody or whether I find their personality to be something that I can deal with if they've made videos. It's just really that simple. Now, this is just going to be for conservatives. Maybe the next round and next book, if this works out, I'll do a few books. But if this works out, then maybe I'll do some stuff with my liberal friends. There's just a million different ways we can go about doing this. Now, I would like mostly Americans, but truthfully, I would love for Colonel Hayes to submit an essay. I would love to know a few things from a conservative in England, in Great Britain, in Europe. It's just, there's a couple of things I'd love for him to do an essay on, if he would be interested in contributing. Now, the way this is going to work is I'd like to have 10 individual authors. And each individual author will own a percentage. So, for example, if there's 10 people that contribute 10 essays, then whatever monetary gains are made will be split 10 ways. So, if we make $1, each person gets 10 cents. Basically, that's it in a nutshell. It's going to be a true collaboration, although I am clearly going to be the captain of the ship. So when I think about political vloggers that would love to have involved with this, I think about Stephen Hayes because I've read his work. I know he's a brilliant man and he's a conservative. I'd love to have Lee Doran from How the World Works. I'd love for him to contribute an essay for this, but he's got a lot going on these days, so who knows. But I mean, there's a ton of political vloggers out there, conservative political vloggers that I think would be excellent for this. So if you're interested, just let me know. Send me a PM. I'd like to talk to you on the phone, so if you can, send me a PM with your phone number, and we'll just go from there. And if anybody's got any ideas, and let me know in the comment section if this is something that you would be interested in reading. If you're not a political vlogger, maybe you're just somebody that likes you like to watch stuff. If you're a supporter of me or Propaganda Buster or Lee Dorn, let me know if you'd be interested in actually buying the book. And if so, what the hell? Let me know what you think we should price the book at. I mean, that's the Kindle thing's definitely new to me. The thing that intrigues me the most about it, though, is that it does allow us little guys to be able to play in the big leagues. You know, now that's not to say that anybody will end up buying our book. You know, who knows? But it may just be a vanity thing in the end that we get to say we were an author. You know, whatever. You know, but anyway, listen. Yeah, like I said, contact me. We're still working out the details as far as how long each essay should be and the format for the essay and all that stuff. Clearly, we're not looking for 3-page essays here, but we also don't want 200-page essays. So we're all going to get together and decide what we're going to do with that. I'd like to have this project actually in the can and ready to publish 30 days from now. So, it'd be, especially being that it's conservative stuff and it's an election year, I'd like to definitely get it done before then. Anyway, listen, that's all I got. No sense in rambling on any further. Everybody take care and see ya!